Hello, good people. This is Shooter.
Nightclover.
And we're of the Elderly Nerd Crew, and we're going to do our spoiler-filled Endgame review. So, if you have not seen the movie yet, if you're one of the $9 billion people who's watched this, you better turn around and run. Because I've been wanting to talk about this for about 20 hours now on Facebook. I ain't been able to because I don't want to get beat up like that one guy.
Yeah, in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it started then. I like how to me, I equip this movie as the Kill Bill 2 of the franchise. That's me. A little bit of action, more tense action for me though. I felt tense in this movie as opposed to the first one. Even though the first movie was filled with way more action, but I thought the action scenes in this movie did great to fit in with the story they were trying to tell. What do you think?
Yeah, I loved it. It was intense. It was an intense movie. It started off drama filled, pretty much. It started off slow, which I knew it would. It's got to build up on the things that happened in Infinity War. But other than that, I loved it. I loved the movie. It wasn't perfect. There were some things about it I wasn't crazy about, to be honest with you, that I thought was going to be different. But that's just my personal preference.
Well, go into some of them. Then.
Well, one, let's get to the one thing, and I'll go ahead and say this, and this is going to be looked down on a lot of the female, people that watch this. They might not agree, they might not like it, but one of the cheesy parts to me was when Captain Marvel came in and she got a hold of the gauntlet, and one of the enemies said, well, you're by yourself. Who's going to help you? And then all of a sudden, like 15 female characters came in. And I just felt like that was kind of pushed in there. Like it was forced. It felt cheesy to me for one. That was one thing I wasn't crazy about in the movie. Because, I'm not against women in movies. And I'm not against women, superhero characters. They have just as much as right as a male. Some of them are badass. But I just felt like this was forced. It didn't feel like...
I didn't really like Captain Marvel's role in this movie anyway. But then it kind of makes sense because her role was lessened in this movie because they actually shot Captain Marvel after this movie. So, I don't know. She just came off as a cocky badass, you know what I mean? I don't know. She is great, but, I don't know.
Well, she is a badass, and she knows she's a badass, but... That's kind of one thing I liked about it too, is that they didn't make us feel like, and what I was afraid of was I was afraid that they were going to let her come in and be the one that destroys Thanos and and saves the day, and really she wasn't. She had her parts at the beginning, and then she had her parts right there at the end, but they didn't make it feel like she was the reason that they won.
Well, she's just I'm glad they didn't either because, they made it feel like there was more important things in the universe going on with her character. I can't be there because the universe don't stop or whatever the exact line was. I can't remember. But
well, she said there's, millions of other planets. Yeah. And unfortunately, they don't have you guys.
Yeah, this, it seems to me like this would be the most important thing going on in the world at the time, I guess, because, you've already, at that point, they've already killed Thanos. At the current timeline Thanos. Yeah. But yeah, I just wasn't impressed with her character in this movie. Now I did love Captain Marvel. I thought it was an excellent flick. I just wasn't her character wasn't.
I didn't see Captain Marvel, and I didn't see it because I have a feeling that the reason a lot of people went and saw it was they wanted to see that end credit scene. They wanted to see how it was going to lead up to Endgame.
Well, you don't necessarily have to see that movie for this, but it does answer questions like where did the Tesseract come from, how Fury lost his eye, and stuff like that.
I still plan on seeing it, but I just didn't run out to the movies and see it.
I thought it was pretty good. But, her character in this movie and in that movie is night and day. I don't know. She has more of a personality in the Captain Marvel movie. In this, she just had the personality of a sucked orange. I just didn't like it.
Well, I'll tell you, another thing I wasn't crazy about, and this is just my personal preference, and I'm not racist or nothing like that, don't get me wrong, but all along, I felt like when Captain America finally decided to step down, or whatever was going to happen to him, that he was going to pass the torch on to Bucky. Well, I felt like the Winter Soldier was going to be the next Captain America, and instead he passes it on to Falcon. And the reason I don't understand that logic is because Falcon's just a regular human. He's a human with a super suit on, but he's not enhanced physically like Captain America was or like Bucky is. He's not a super soldier.
Well, and that's the way his character, when he plays Captain America, is in the comics, I do believe, too. So it's like a combination of Falcon and Captain America. I may be wrong. I'm not too big on it, but I think it actually makes more sense because you got Bucky already established as the Winter Soldier. He's already had a bigger part than Falcon in the whole MCEU. So I guess the way because you could went with either one of them according to the comics, because both of them has replaced Steve Rogers before. So I guess they're trying to make the role of Falcon bigger in the MCEU going forward. So, and that doesn't mean that Bucky's going to be out. Maybe in the end, Bucky becomes Captain America too. So we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
Oh, I am too. I mean, I like the Falcon and I like Bucky. I like the Winter Soldier also. I always felt like it was going to be the Winter Soldier, but it is what it is. So I don't have no gripes.
That was my main problem with the film, was the way they made Captain America kind of puss out at the end. I would have rather seen him die than do that. Like, that's not a very... he's like super heroic, and I'm like, that's not a very super heroic thing for him to do. I
had a feeling he was either going to die. Like my thought process was that he was going to die, but he was going to stay back in time. He was going to go back in time, and he was going to stay there. And then, like, it would show a scene like Black Widow walking in a cemetery or something, and there was Steve Rogers' grave. Or
we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Or Steve Rogers was going to go back in time and he was just going to stay there, which is exactly what he did.
Well, what I feel the only change I would have made was like back when they're having them problems with the time trying to get all the stones. Maybe they got messed up, like where he got left behind. Instead of like Nebula with her losing her little Prim particles or whatever they're called. Maybe Captain America's busted or something. Yeah. He had to stay. He had to just give it to Tony Stark, and he was left behind. That would have been a much better way. And then you could have still had that same end result.
Yeah.
But it's still a great movie. It's not a breaker for me. I just feel like that's just not a very Captain Americanic way to go out.
What did you think about the time travel scenes? I thought they were pretty badass. I thought seeing them in them suits going back in the quantum realm and how they all had to split up, I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, that's where I mentioned on the Facebook page where I started crying like a baby. Well, those were one of them when Tony Stark met his father there. That was a very good scene there. I liked that.
That was a touching scene.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I liked it, and I like They say they did the Dragon Ball Z. I don't keep up with Dragon Ball Z rules, but apparently that's the rules they went by with this movie. I've been watching a bunch of crap on the internet all day.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was funny too. They made mention of Back to the Future. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was. I like that. I'll tell you another thing I enjoyed a lot about the movie was the way they did Thor.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
They made him out to be the Big Lebowski. That's what he looked like.
No shit. You can ask my wife. Even before that, I was like, when I seen him walking up, and I said, "Oh my God, it's the Thorbowski." And then, like right after that, of course, fucking Tony Stark has to come by, get out of the way or whatever, speed up, Lebowski or something.
Yeah. He had the beer belly and had the long hair.
So I thought I had discovered my own thing, but I guess that was the look they was going for.
Empty kegs outside.
Cussing little kids out on Fortnite.
Yeah, on Fortnite, yeah. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, Thor, speaking of Thor and the ending, does that mean we're going to have Thor in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I think so. I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, because I think they noticed the perfect little yin and yang of Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth in the last movie, and they just continued it on at the end.
Yeah.
And that was a much needed scene too after the emotional that happened before that. So yeah, I love them two together, and I'm looking forward to that. And then another theory I was wondering earlier, but I watched another video. It was like, how in the hell are we going to explain Peter Parker being in high school? Because the Far From Home movie that's coming out here soon, they're going, it's minutes after. So, like, it starts minutes after he meets his friend. So, I was like wondering, okay, how are they still in school 5 years later?
Yeah.
And maybe they'll explain it. Maybe everybody he went to school with in this trip, they all got snapped too. So, maybe that.
Maybe.
So, I mean, that was another thing I was thinking about last night.
I wish Sony would have kind of waited before putting out Far From Home trailer, because it you automatically knew, okay, before Endgame even came out, we automatically knew, okay, well, Spider-Man's definitely coming back. And the character that was in Iron Man, the John Favreau,
yeah. Happy Hogan.
Yeah, Happy Hogan. We knew he was going to be back. And so, it's just they gave away quite a bit, before the Endgame even happened.
Yeah, but so far though, the only two movies that we know about is Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah,
they did a pretty good job of keeping quiet. Now I'm pretty sure in the coming months we'll have announcements of sequels and all that good stuff. But I really enjoyed this movie. The tone, the writing was good. Action scene. Now I'm a big fan of the action scene at the end, and I went to the movie because I'm a night shifter. I didn't get much sleep, so I was starting to get that little feeling when you've been up too long, starting to feel bad. But right at that moment that everybody started coming back, I got that big burst there, and I got, oh my God, I wanted to clap. Nobody clapped, so I didn't clap. But it was an awesome scene seeing all them Doctor Strange circles. What are they called?
I don't know.
Whatever. Everybody jumping out of it. I was excited to see everybody.
The moment that got me to stand up and clap and to just, woo, was when Captain America took over Thor's hammer.
Oh, yeah.
And he held that thing up and that lightning come down on Thanos. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
I don't think you was probably as excited as Thor was, though.
Probably not. But it kind of made me wonder. It's like, well, why? How is he able to wield the hammer? Because in Age of Ultron, he tried to move it and it buzzed a little bit, but it didn't actually.
I'm thinking maybe he could do it. He just didn't want to bust Thor's balls back then.
Well, see,
in the comics, he's wielded it before too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a couple people has wielded it in the comics, which is surprising. But one theory I heard from somebody was that when he came out and told the truth about the Winter Soldier, the Iron Man, it kind of cleared his conscience then.
Yeah, maybe so he was worthy.
He was worthy again, or worthy. So he was actually able to wield it. But that was the part that got me hyped up and excited when I seen that. I was like, hell yeah, here we go.
Yep. And I knew we were in for doom when I seen Hawkeye and Black Widow going to get the Soul Stone. Now I figured it was going to be the other way around. I figured we would be losing Hawkeye. I didn't know, because there is a Black Widow movie, but I guess this means it's going to be a prequel now.
Yeah, I heard it was going to be a prequel.
So yeah, I mean that was the first loss,
which still kind of sucks because we know how the story's going to end. Either way, we know how it ends. You done gave away this woman's life, her ending, before her prequel even began. So I don't know. People will still watch it, but I don't think there's going to be as much excitement. Just because we already know how her life ends,
And with the big spoiler of the movie, everybody likes to compare Tony Stark to Bruce Wayne. But that son of a bitch went out like Clark Kent in this movie. Yeah. Taking one for the team. I mean, and I thought that was an awesome way to do it. And I guess, and we knew it had to happen eventually. I mean, Downey Jr. is pushing 60 now, so he had to step away.
Yeah. So we knew it was coming. I didn't think it was going to be Iron Man, but I knew, this was going to be his last movie.
Yeah, but I figured he would have retire.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he might retire the suit and pass it on to somebody else, like Siri from Black Panther, because she's real smart and she's got the intelligence and stuff like that.
Or you could have went with Rhodey.
Rhodey, yeah.
Or even Paltrow.
And they still can.
Yeah.
The suit is still there. His technology is still there. It's just that character isn't there.
And I did like the way the time travel was, like how they just affected certain timelines and didn't upset the future. Now, another question I got: what about Gamora? Now we know that the current timeline when in the last movie was sacrificed, but the other one had no ties to the galaxy yet. The 2014 Gamora, but I'm figuring she's still alive. Maybe this is what Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be about. Part of it, searching for Gamora.
Well, I think from what I understand was that it's like Thanos and Gamora and they come back.
Yeah.
They didn't.
It's two different. It's two different timelines.
Yeah.
So in essence, it's two different Gamoras.
Yeah.
But like we don't know why we didn't see her get snapped.
No.
Because all the other Thanos, and that makes me. How does this Infinity Gauntlet work? Okay, like he snaps and he takes out good and bad people, half the population. Okay, now Thor, Professor Hulk snaps it, brings everybody back.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man snaps and kills all the bad guys. How does it? Do you have to think a certain thing when you're doing?
I think it has to do with your feeling. It has to do with feeling too. What you're thinking and what you. I mean, because it has to. I mean, you can't just put your hand out there and think, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. You have to kind of want it to happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's how that works.
Yeah, because I don't think Thanos is totally evil. He has good intentions, like a lot of people.
Yeah. He doesn't think he's doing the bad thing.
Yeah,
he thinks,
but he is doing bad. So I think that's why good and bad were snapped probably when he did it. And then Thor, I don't know. It's confusing, but maybe they'll clear it up.
There's
I don't know.
a lot of questions. Still, but I guess that's why they want you to read the comics. But even the comics might not answer everything.
Well, I mean, we all know that from watching The Walking Dead. That sometimes the movies, TV shows, they differentiate. So, because this didn't follow either one of the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever storylines, because Adam Warlock was living inside the Soul Stone. He's the one that destroyed Thanos in the original storyline, I believe. So, don't quote me on that. I mean, I know a little bit about it. I wasn't a big Marvel fan until Iron Man. That's it. Oh, yeah. I used to watch the Incredible Hulk show growing up. I'm a DC guy, fanboy, some would call. But I did enjoy these movies.
Well, speaking of the Incredible Hulk, what did you think
about I liked it.
Did you?
But there was a question now, and this is another thing I don't like. Kind of like what you was talking about. Okay, we didn't hear Hulk talk at all till Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Now, when they went back to the Battle of New York, the some bitches talking. Like, me hate elevators.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't learn to talk to Ragnarok. Now, how do you explain that? Does this...
Maybe he could have. He just didn't want to. I don't know. I thought it was funny when they went back to New York and he saw his old self busting and breaking up everything, and he put his hand up like he was embarrassed. But in case we didn't let you know, it ain't Bruce Banner and it ain't just Hulk. It's like the combination of two. Hulk's green, but he's wearing clothes and he's got glasses on.
Taking selfies with teenagers.
Yes, taking selfies with teenagers and stuff.
Or was it dabbing?
Yeah. And I was waiting, man. I was waiting for Worldbreaker Hulk when he found out that Black Widow had died. But it never happened. And actually, you didn't really see him at all. I was waiting for him to get his at least some kind of payback on Thanos for that ass kicking he got in Infinity War. And he never got it.
Well, I think that's part of the storyline that he came to peace with all that. That's how Professor Hulk was created.
Yeah.
Because before that, he's just trying to get rid of the Hulk. Now he's come to peace and somehow figured out how to merge them together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the overall movie was great. I give it a 9, out of 10, just for the fact that, I have my own personal preferences of things that I kind of wish was different. Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
And this also makes me hopeful now that I see Deadpool on my TV. This makes me hopeful that a Deadpool can work in the MCU now because they pushed the limit of PG-13. I mean, because we have a head decapitation and a throat being slit and blood throwing out. Well, yes, maybe the colors was distorted a little bit, kind of like the WWE does when they go and show old footage of people being busted up. Kind of changes it where they'll do it in black and white here, kind of like the screen was kind of purple both times, I think.
Yeah.
So, I know the F-bombs, but but Bob Iger also said, the CEO of Disney, said that he's not against making an R-rated Deadpool, but you probably likely won't see any MCU characters in a Deadpool movie, but that doesn't mean Deadpool won't be in an MCU movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I could see a PG-13 Deadpool in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Because they've been in countless crossovers. Plus, you could probably do the whole bleeping thing out.
Yeah. Or they could do it like they did with Deadpool 2. They did they had the R version come out, and then they released like a softer version, a PG-13.
But a lot of people didn't like it though. But that's
the people that don't like it was the people that like the rated R. Stick to the rated R. That's your Deadpool. That's our Deadpool that we know. But the PG-13 was more for like the younger kids, for the kids whose parents won't let them watch that movie with all the cussing and stuff.
Well, you got to learn to sacrifice anyway, and nobody wants that deaf, mute, whatever in X-Men Origins. We don't want that.
Yeah.
But I think a PG-13 Deadpool can work.
Yeah.
Maybe not his own solo movie, but like he could be a supporting character. Like maybe he could be cussing, and then maybe the new Captain America. Well, we don't talk like that around here, or something. Something like that.
Yeah. The door is open wide, man. I mean, you got X-Men, that could come in. The Fantastic Four.
Well, the last of the Fox Marvel movies is coming out this summer. Dark Phoenix. So after that's done, then they'll probably start incorporating them in.
Yeah.
I definitely look for the X-Men probably to be a big part of the next coming storyline if they keep going that way. They say they might change it, no more phases or whatever. I don't know. We'll just see. It's exciting to wait and see. But
I hope the Avengers keep going in some form.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, they've got to.
It's too popular.
I mean, I know some of the characters like Falcon and Winter Soldier. They got like their own little like buddy thing coming out, show coming out. And like you said, we have a Black Widow movie coming out that's going to be like a prequel. But other than that, I can't really think of anything right offhand. Don Cheadle ain't got nothing coming out with his character, I don't believe.
It's just Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man's almost done. Yeah. The only other announcement was, like you said, the Black Widow, which starts filming, I believe, next month, June. They're already saying June because April's almost over. But, that, and then you got the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which we're not going to get for at least, it's not even going to start filming for at least another year because James Gunn has got to do the Suicide Squad sequel, reboot, whatever they're doing first. But with that's going, I'm looking forward to it. I know we're going to get a Black Panther sequel because it was a very popular movie. And by God, if there's not a Captain Marvel movie, it made $1 billion. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a sequel. So
probably another Ant-Man, hopefully, because I enjoy them movies. We ain't heard nothing about Hawkeye, which I mean,
I think he's getting a TV show. I heard.
Is he?
Yeah, on their own thing. I just don't think a Hawkeye could really be a movie unless he has somebody with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could work. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
I don't either. I think it'd be too much like Arrow.
Because they're already making a Black Widow movie, which I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not be as successful as others. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, one thing I want to ask you, did you notice Stan Lee?
I did not notice Stan Lee. In fact, where was he at?
He was in the car driving. He was the man the old man in the car driving when he turned around and said something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember seeing him, and I told my girlfriend and my other buddy, I said, look, that was Stan Lee. Because you could tell it was Stan Lee. He just had a mustache on.
Oh, okay. That was him.
Yeah. I think it was in the part where Cap and Iron Man went back.
Yeah.
Tony Stark went back. And I think that's when we seen him, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I knew he was supposed to have, he was going to have a cameo.
Last one.
Yeah, it's his last cameo. But yeah, it was pretty fun and to see him. At least.
It was a good movie. Like I said, it was great way to end it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and actually see it again. My daughter wants to go see it, so I'm gonna take her.
I'm probably gonna wait. I'll add it to my 4K collection on my Xbox.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I may go back and watch certain scenes of Infinity War just because I'm looking forward to Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I guess that's all I got, unless you got something else to add.
That's all I got. Salmonator will be adding his own video. I guess he wasn't able to get with us, but he said he was going to do his own thing, so he'll be posting up his own video here soon. So,
and just remember to like our Facebook page, The Elderly Nerd Crew.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter, Elderly Nerd Crew. Right? It don't have the in the Twitter.
No, it's Elderly Crew. That's what
Elderly
it's called.
Crew. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you like this video, subscribe for more like this. I have an idea that I'm going to work on later on this week. I'm moving, so it'll probably be close to the end of the week before I do that. I don't know if I'm going to do a ranking video or something, but I'll do something else. And basically that's it. Just like, share, get the word out if you like this.
Yeah.
More videos like this coming, different stuff.
If you went and seen it, give us your comments below on what you thought. If you liked it, what your rating was. Let us know what you thought in the comments.
Yep. And that's it.
Know that.
Shoot her out.